In this podcast, I'm going to talk about two quintessential women in the life of our handsome, industrious, and powerful Ooni of Ife, the paramount ruler and first-class ruler of the Yoruba race in Nigeria. The Ooni of Ife, whose name is Oba Enitan Adeyeye Ogunwusi Ojajatu, is a man that is known to everyone. He's very popular in his role. Even before he ascended the throne of his forefathers, he was a successful businessman whose interests cut across hospitality, real estate, and import and export businesses. Now, in this podcast, we're going to talk about these two damsels in the life of our Ooni of Ife, the peculiarities between them, the similarities between them, in a very relaxed and non-condescending manner. Welcome to my channel, everyone. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're an existing viewer, thank you so much for stopping by. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and also drop your constructive comments in the comment section below. Now let's dive right into this. The Ooni of Ife, like I said, is one man that is blessed by God with good looks, fantastic educational pedigree, and commendable business acumen. Now, Ooni rose through the ranks with his connection, his network, his contacts to build a dynasty for himself. With his business interests, both home and abroad, Ooni is a highly successful man. And to crown it all, when he was crowned the Ooni of Ife 6 years ago, everybody received him and prayed for him to have a successful and stress-free reign. It's not out of place for us to be aware of the women who make Ooni tick. Now let's start from our beautiful queen, Yeyelua of Ooni of Ife. That is Olori Naomi Ogunwusi. Now she was said to have met the Oba about 3.5 years plus ago when she came to the palace with to pray for the Oba and gifted him a Bible. Now we need to know that the Oba is a Christian and he doesn't hide that fact. So for a beautiful 25-year-old lady who was spirit-filled, and she has a ministry called Herald Ministry. She actually had a church around with her mom. She was so full of the spirit and beauty and grace that the Oba could not take his eyes off her. Permit me to also say at this point that we do not really know yet how the Ooni of Ife met this other beautiful dark ebony damsel called Princess Afolashade Afolakemi Adegoke, a princess, a blue blood of Ile-Ife. So at these two different points and at different times, people have said that they only met Princess Adegoke very many years ago, right? And yes, though she's the mother of one, but according to a report sometime that Olori Naomi had a child, in a digital diverse that she did on her Instagram page, she categorically said, contrary to what people thought, she never had any child, and the little girl people are always attributing to her is her niece. And anybody who had a contrary opinion about that should please come out with evidence. And since then, we've not heard anything. So while that damsel has a child before she met Ooni of Ife, the beautiful queen of the South also did not have any child. So we got to know that. Now let's talk about their background. From what we know about the background, Olori Naomi has always been in ministry. She heeded to the call of the ministry at a very, very young age, and that much is what we've known her for. And our ministry is known to be a successful one in Akure, Ondo State. On the part of not much is known about Princess Ashley's background, but from the few we gathered, she attended the university in abroad, and she's a successful business woman, triple T, where she's a franchisee owner, and she's also a chartered accountant and belongs to so many accounting bodies in the UK where she is based. So while our Olori Naomi is strictly into God's business, we actually know her educational qualification, but she runs a successful ministry, while our dark damsel is a franchisee owner and a chartered accountant. Right. So let's also move to talk about their dress sense. Okay. As we know, Olori Naomi is a prophetess, so definitely she's all covered up. Yeah, most of the time she covers her hair, and she appears decent as is known and should be expected from a queen of a first-class Oba in Nigeria. So with exquisite lace and designed by one of the best designers in town, she churns out in fantastic outfit, though sometimes could be clingy, but all the way covered. So and she comes out in different colors, most of the time in white, but she experiments with gold. She seems to like a bit of gold, and she also does accessories. Now we need to know that she's not very high on jewelries, right? She uses bead, but she's not very high on maybe gold and all of that, maybe because of her inclination as a prophetess. Now on the side of the dark beauty, Ayaba Ashley is also quite expressive in her appearance also, though not has been known about her use of jewelry as everyone's, but she's always adorned in beads when she's on traditional outfits. Okay, so now let's also talk about their public appearances. Well, Olori Naomi, because of her very, very integral role as the queen of the source, of course she had to do a lot of public appearances, sometimes with her husband and sometimes without her husband. She's very, very hands-on when it comes to giving speeches, which you have to give to her. She's known to be very eloquent with her speech, and she's very wise in her choice of words, and she has represented her husband very well in public appearances. Now the public appearance we know about our dark damsel is when she started coming out. If you check her Instagram page, she became active a little over a year ago on Instagram. I need to be specific. And she's somebody that likes to dance, as we can see some of the videos she shares on her platform. You see her dancing. She seems to be very, very, how I say, the classic kind of dancer and all of that. So that much we know about public appearances, and she's kind of up to date now in the recent weeks about sending Christmas messages, New Year messages, and celebrating the Ooni on the throne when he celebrated the 6th year of being the Ooni of Ife. The Yeyelua, Olori Naomi, also does that, but she's not very, very frequent. What you can see mostly on her Instagram page are religious activity, celebrating children, and all of that. Now I'm going to talk about their interests also in terms of contributions to the society. While Queen Naomi is more of the lover of children and ministry, Ayaba Ashley is mostly into bit of children also, and also empowering women. On Christmas Day, she was seen going to a prison to address the inmates and advising them and all of that. So these two women have their different strands of charitable gestures. Okay, so now let's talk about their religion. This is a huge one. Olori Naomi has unapologetically always remained a prophetess. She derives joy in evangelism with her time, and both in Ile-Ife and most especially in Akure, where she grew up. So it's known she's always spirit-filled and all of that. But our dear Princess Adegoke is more of, I think people think she's a Christian, but she hasn't categorically come out to say she belongs to a particular religion. And as you can see from the screen right now, she is an unapologetic traditionalist. She's not afraid of tradition, maybe because she's a blue blood, so she knows quite much about wearing this, painting her face to show tradition. She celebrates tradition. She celebrates tradition, and she's never afraid to churn herself and color herself up in the traditional way. If you read her post on Instagram, you will see that she's very rich with the Yoruba culture. The orikis, the proverbs, and all of that. So she uses that a lot, which our prophetess Naomi does not use. She is inclined more towards Christ. Okay, so one other thing we could talk about in these two beautiful ladies are their role. Let's talk about the beauty. Now, these two ladies it's quite tricky to compare their beauty. Maybe those who are into the beauty world will do a better job at this than I'm doing. But in my own opinion, I think they are both ravishingly beautiful. Their kind of beauty are kind of poles apart. And let's talk about basic things that people talk about. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So Olori Naomi seems to be a very tall lady, right? She's tall and not too chubby like that. She's just averagely not okay in that sense. While our beautiful dark damsel is not so very as tall as Olori Naomi, but she's dark, and I think that's one thing people like about her. You can't but just admire her dark skin, even when you just first see a picture. While Olori Naomi is on the fair side. As you can see, Olori Naomi's mom is also very, very fair, and her siblings also. So, yeah. So, a fair person and a dark person, a tall person and not too tall person, whatever it is, it depends on your own description of what the beauty is. But for me, I think they are both ravishingly beautiful, all right, and very presentable women. Okay, so we talk about their beauty also. Let's talk about their love for the king. From reports we've been hearing, Princess Ashley is known to have been in Ooni's life way back, even before the queen, Olori Naomi, and even before the former queen, Queen Wuraola, who also left, right? So she's been there. So the question has always been, why, if Ooni really loves her so much, why didn't he marry her? From what we heard, again, it is said that because she has a daughter and a divorcee, she can't be the Ooni's queen, and that's why he opted for a beautiful Olori Naomi Shilekunwola Ogunwusi. So, but a man will always have his choice. And looking at Ooni's antecedents about women from the public view that we know, looking at his first wife, Bukola Bombata, who is on the fair side, people think, oh, he likes fair women. Moving again to Queen Wuraola, who was also very fair, like, oh, he likes fair women. Then choosing our beautiful queen, Shilekunwola, you feel, oh, he likes fair women. But this woman just came with her chocolate skin. And from what we are hearing, that she's the love interest of the Ooni for a long time, and right now is proud to have her in his life fully. So we just feel like, how did the fairness turn into love for the chocolate skin? Like I always say, you cannot predict for anybody. Everybody has the right to make a choice at different points in time. And I think it gets to a point in a man's life, it's not about the color of the skin anymore, or how tall a woman is, or how eloquent she is. So many things, and at different points in time, due to different circumstances, also add to the kind of choice one happened to make at different points in time. Okay, so we've talked about their background, we've talked about their beauty, we've talked about their education, meeting the Ooni that we know, their public appearances, the religion, the dress sense and the fashion, the love for the king. But there's something we also need to mention. Ooni is known to be someone who pampers his women. He's known to be somebody who pampers his women, and all of that. So yeah, I think that's a huge plus for him. So you now think, when Olori Naomi surprised us on the 23rd of December 2021 by sharing the digital divorce online that almost gave everybody a heart attack. one thing that came to my mind when I was reading that post was, oh, maybe it's because of another woman. But she categorically mentioned that it is not because the Ooni is married to another woman. So she categorically stated that, because if she hadn't put that down, we would have thought maybe because Ayaba Ashley was now in our faces. And for the public view, we saw Ayaba Ashley come out. In fact, one of the musicians actually sang a praise at the Olori festival shortly. And she wore the same attire with our dearest Olori Naomi, because people said Olori Naomi had left the palace months before, and she was still having issues with her husband. But because the Ooni wasn't sure she was going to turn up or not, he had to call Olori. He had to call Princess Ashley to be by his side, because at such a significant celebration, he needs to have his woman by his side. So really, moving on from here, Olori Naomi has unapologetically divorced the king by coming out to say she doesn't want to be known as the Queen of the Souls. She doesn't want to be known as the Queen of Ife. She just wants to be known as the Queen of the people, and to be the mother of her son, which is her ultimate assignment in the palace. So the baton has been passed, literally, now to the person we can see in the public purview, which is Princess Ashley Afolashade Adegoke. So, and we have seen Princess Ashley attend Abuja events during the Christmas, the prisons and everything. She's been out there and all of that, though she's not based in Nigeria, she's based in the UK. So whatever reasons that made our queen Shile Ekunla to drop the crown, when a woman is tired, when a woman is fed up, she drops the crown and she moves on. There's been so many discussions online, and well, not as really nobody can know what actually all that actually happened in the marriage, except our Royal Majesty the Ooni of Ife and also Olori Naomi. And just a few hours ago, Princess Ashley referred to herself as our Royal Highness. Yeah, she actually put it in her post in the New Year message. You can check her Instagram page, where she said, our Royal Highness Princess Ashley Afolashade Adegoke. So maybe unofficially the baton has been passed. Whatever the situation is, I think both women have done well for themselves. They know what they want. Life happens. If you're expecting to be a kind of shade towards any one of this, I'm sorry to disappoint you. We do not shade here on this platform. We try to celebrate everybody, because the truth of the matter is, if you do not wear the shoes, you would not know when and how and where it pinches. So for me, I just want to celebrate both queens, the dark beautiful queen and also the fair let me put it like that, the fair beautiful queen as well, to say would have loved to have both of them in the palace. Of course, their husband is capable to have these two youthful, energetic, enthusiastic and very distinct individual personalities in the palace, who would help us give the Ooni a kind of taking care of the home front that will make him even do more in terms of his public appearances and his role as the huge community leader. Whatever the case may be, we wish Olori Naomi well. Of course, she has written her name in history. So, like they said, Ooni has so many other wives in the palace who he hasn't brought out. Maybe the Ooni is just going to bring everybody out this time around, so we know all the beautiful women who are making things happen behind the scene. So if that is the case, we are waiting. We want to see what that will be like. So what's your thought? Do you have a favorite amongst them? I try not to have a favorite among them, really, because I'm quite non-judgmental, because whatever happens between them or has happened is not a crime according to the law. It's just human relations, marriage gone wrong, relationship that sometimes we cannot help, interferences from different angles, and sometimes circumstances of life, right? So that's just me trying to just analyze what I feel about these two beautiful queens that I was praying they were able to make it together as queen of the handsome and highly respected queen of king of Ile-Ife. So please drop your comments, constructive comments, please, in the comment section below. What do you think about our, should I call her ex now? Olori Naomi, and also the upcoming, the woman who is taking charge all by herself, because we are yet to hear the Oba announce her as a wife, right? So as we wait for the announcement, she's still in the face, and nobody's denying the fact that she's been Ooni, and she is Ooni's love interest. So what do you think about these two beautiful women? But whatever it is you think about them, please keep it very, very constructive. We can do that together. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.